I was just in this place. And maybe it was God just saying, I want to show you what depression is. Here. Oh, wow, this is horrible.
He's known as the godfather of shock rock, with a career spanning over 50 years and counting. But beyond the macabre makeup and theatrical stage shows, who is Alice Cooper really? Join us as we delve into the lifestyle of this legendary musician, from his early beginnings in Detroit to his rise to fame and enduring legacy. Alice Cooper, born February 4th, 1948, is an American rock singer whose career spans over 5 decades. He's also known for his wit offstage, with the Rolling Stone album guide calling him the world's most beloved heavy metal entertainer.
It's a relief for Glenn and the family. I know Glenn and I are the same faith. We're both Christian, and I know where he is now, and I know that he's in a perfect place.
Now let's take a look at his interests and favorite hobbies. Cooper's jewelry collection is said to be worth millions of dollars. He owns a number of rare and expensive pieces, including a diamond-encrusted skull ring, a ruby-encrusted snake bracelet, and a gold-plated crown. He owns a number of paintings by famous artists, including Andy Warhol, Salvador Dali, and Pablo Picasso. Cooper frequently refers to himself in the third person as Alice, as a way to distance himself from his stage persona. Every 4 years since releasing his single Elected in 1972, Cooper has satirically run for president. Alice Cooper's favorite car is a 1963 Studebaker Avanti. He's a fan of The Simpsons.
You know, you think of Glenn country, Alice Cooper rock and roll. We couldn't have been closer. He was one of the premier guitar players.
Let's see how he's getting on with his friends and family. He started dating Miss Christine of the GTOs during the time when his band was signed to Straight Label. The real name of his girlfriend was Christine Fricka, who passed away in November of 1972. He then dated Cindy Lang for several years. She died in 2017. After Alice broke up with Cindy, he started dating an actress named Raquel Welch. He then reportedly left Raquel to marry Cheryl Goddard. Cheryl's a ballerina instructor and choreographer. The couple married in 1975 and got divorced in 1982. However, they had reconciled by 1984. Together, they have 3 children, including Dashiell, Calico, and Sonora. He's the son of Ether Maroney Fernier and his wife, Ella May. He was named after his uncle, Vincent Collier Fernier, and the short story writer, Damon Runyon.
But I mean, when the respect he had in the rock and roll world, people like Eddie Van Halen one time, said, can you get me a guitar lesson with Glenn?
With that being said, let's discuss how he earns money. He makes money through album sales, live concerts, and brand endorsement deals. In 1971, the singer earned $2 million from 2 albums, including Love It to Death and Killer. The next year, Cooper added $1 million to his bank account thanks to the album titled School's Out. From 1975 to 1976, Alice earned more than $3.1 million from albums including Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, Welcome to My Nightmare, and Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. He released the album Trash in 1989 and earned $1.516 million from this album. Away from music, Cooper's a film actor, a golfing celebrity, a restaurateur, and since 2004, a radio DJ with his classic rock show, Nights with Alice Cooper. He has a net worth of $50 million. And if you've ever wondered where this legend lives, get ready to take a virtual tour of his mansions. Alice and his wife have lived in Phoenix, Arizona for many years in a large hillside mansion. He purchased his current Paradise Valley property for $90,000 in the 1970s and stationed his growing family there. Nestled in the hillside neighborhood of Goldwater Estates, the mansion boasts expansive views and bold, eclectic decor, all in Cooper's signature rock and roll style. Cooper and company may finish the night with a round of games in the Rockstar Studio, which doubles as a recreation room. Some of the highlights include a pool table, a limited edition Alice Cooper Nightmare Castle pinball machine, and a projector for movie watching. The walls are also lined with historic photos of Cooper and stars like Frank Sinatra, Peter Sellers, and the Beatles for guest viewing pleasure. Now let's see what type of cars you'll find in his garage. A 1966 Ford Mustang. An Aston Martin Vantage S. A 1970 Ford Mustang Boss. A 2017 Ford Mustang. A Porsche 997 GT3 CS. A Lamborghini Gallardo. A Rolls-Royce. If you enjoy our videos, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Your support means a lot to us. It's hard to get the full picture of someone's lifestyle without seeing how they got there. So where did it all begin? Initially, Fournier was raised in Detroit, Michigan, and he comes from a family that was closely involved with religion. Vincent Fournier was intimately involved in church activities as a young boy, but he was often ill. Eventually, he and his family moved to Phoenix, Arizona, where he attended Cortez High School. At the age of 16, Alice Cooper formed his first band, the Earwigs. The band later renamed themselves as Nas and began traveling regularly to Los Angeles for shows. After a chance meeting with music manager Shep Gordon, following a disastrous gig and another wrongly timed audition for record producer Frank Zappa's label, Straight Records, they bagged a 3-album deal mostly because of their bizarreness. Their first album, Pretty's For You, was a critical and commercial failure. The band's eventual shock rock reputation was also the result of an accident involving a chicken at the Toronto Rock and Roll Revival concert in September 1969, which had become a sensation in the tabloids. The band's most successful album was Billion Dollar Babies, released in 1973, which reached the top of both the US and UK charts. He released the album Welcome to My Nightmare as a solo artist in 1975. Despite the album's success, his next 3 albums of the decade, Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, Lace and Whiskey, and the semi-autobiographical From the Inside progressively failed at the charts. He returned to the music sphere with albums Constrictor, 1986, and Raise Your Fist and Yell, 1987. But his 1989 Grammy-nominated album Trash became his most successful album of the decade. His 25th studio album, Along Came a Spider, released in 2008, peaked at number 53 in the US and number 31 in the UK. His 2011 album, Welcome to My Nightmare, made it to number 22 on the US charts. Cooper released his 21st solo album, Detroit Stories, on February 26, 2021. Cooper participated as a judge on the competition TV show No Cover Season 1, which started to be aired on the Sumerian Records YouTube channel in April 2022. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. But don't stop here. There's more where that came from. Check out our other videos for more great content.